What's good, everyone? Matt here. I'm here at ATC Hall, as you can tell, with this wonderful backdrop that's right behind me. There's a whole red carpet here. I can't show you, and I'm not gonna point the camera down, but there's definitely a red carpet right here where I'm standing. But yeah, I'm here for the NMB Real Hanashikai event, day 1, and then I'm also gonna be here tomorrow for day 2. So actually, this is my first time coming here to ATC Hall. It's the first time doing an Osaka handshake event or handshake adjacent event. So this is all kind of completely new, completely unfamiliar. So I actually got here an hour and a half earlier than I should have, just because I just want to play it safe. So I was hanging out at this tower thing next door, had some breakfast at the Lawson. Saw him set up this weird flea market bazaar. Speaking of bazaar, this is not a MAGA cap. This is a non-bazaar cap that I bought recently. But yeah. Let's see. It's about 20 minutes or so until I need to get in there. But let's see. Today, I only have slots for slots 2, slot 3, and slot 4. And for slot 2, I think it's Hanashikai. I have a few tickets for her. Slot 3, it's Deguchi Yuina. Only one ticket for her. I have an idea for it already, so I only need one ticket for what I'm going to do with her. And slot 4 is Yoshino Misaki. I'm going to be lining up together with Jeff, because that was his idea. I didn't tell him, hey, we should go do Misaki together. That was his idea, that we should go to Misaki together. So I was kind of deep down hoping that he would win tickets and I wouldn't win any tickets, just so he has to go there by himself. But it's going to be all right. It's be fun. And then I'll be pretty done early today, because I signed up for tickets pretty late, so I only got what was left over after a month or so of sales, and then tomorrow I only have one slot with just Hanashikai, but a lot of tickets. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of go in, do my talks. I'll give you a little mini recap of what I did at after each talk. And then, that's going to be it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so I'm all done with my talks, my Hanashikais today. So pretty quick day. Let's see. Just slot 2, slot 3, slot 4. So slot 2 was, actually, I guess, back up a bit. So yeah, going in here, I got kind of lost trying to get into the ATC Hall, because it's there's this big tower thing right here, which is a hotel, I think. And then there's and they're having a bazaar or something there. So I was sitting there thinking, oh, I'm pretty close to it. I had to go upstairs, go across a land bridge, and then the ATC Hall is kind of this little mini mall or whatever. They have a ton of restaurants and shops there, so pretty confusing. I'm following all the signs, so it took a while to find an actual place to go to. Eventually get there, and it's kind of a kind of convention hall thing, but a really nice thing. It's all carpeted. Nice change from Makuhari Messe and Yokohama Pacifico, where it's all concrete, gray, kind of dungeon atmosphere. It felt kind of cozy. I guess it was renovated recently or something, so it looks really nice. So that's cool. And yeah, so you get there, and then actually the security check is not really a thing. You show them your ticket, and then they'll ask, do you have a camera in your bag? Not if you have a knife or a weapon or anything bad in your bag. So, do you have a camera? No? Okay. Then they're okay, and then you get some alcohol dispenser thing, and then you're on your way, and then you just kind of wait until it's time to go in, at least until the slot starts. So I got there a little before slot 2. Met with Yo and Baku. We chat for a bit, going over our game plans for today. So yeah, slot 2, I had Hanashikai, 7 tickets for her, and you can use up to 10 at a time. But generally, especially with these events, because you can break them up into smaller batches, I did 2, 2, 3 was my order with her. You get to have a little short conversation. Sometimes it's easier to have one big long conversation, and for that that's what the online calls are for, because You can't break up those calls. You can't break up those tickets. So that's what I did do. I had a little small conversation with him. So see, so for her at first I was like, oh hey, you went to Poncho yesterday. And she's like, yeah, I did. I saw you went there too. I'm like, yeah, I went there, 2 days ago for right after the B2 show. And she's like, oh yeah, we got the same seats. I'm like, yeah, it's a special seat. Only we were allowed to sit there. That's kind of what I said to her. And then I said, like, yeah, I went to the B2 show. I wish I could go to an M show, but the schedule doesn't work out. I can never come here when we guys have M shows. She's like, yeah. And then, shit, it's almost red. Okay. So yeah, I tell her, yeah, I went to B2, and she's like, oh, you went to the B2 show because Misaki is there, right? You're a Misaki fan, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, no, shit. She got me busted. I think I went for the wrong place. Oh, look what I found on the way here to ATC Hall. It's the Osaka Immigration Center. Yeah, this big building right here. Good to know if you're ever living in Osaka, you need to get a visa, renewed or whatever. I'm not sure, there's probably other offices in Osaka. Osaka's pretty big, but hey, it was a nice little Easter egg on this little trip. I think here we go. I'm just gonna walk through the parking lot. It'll be fine. Yeah, so she caught me going through B2 for Misaki. I'm like, yeah, she's like my B2 Oshiman, but cheer for her when I go to the B2 shows. But of course, you're my number one, you're my main one. So it's like, okay. Then yeah, I was kind of like, okay, I only have tickets for the morning today. Don't have any more tickets today, so kind of sad for that. I told her I'm gonna go to Panda Express for dinner. So that's gonna be some of my conversation I can have with her tomorrow, in which I'll have 15 tickets for her, but slot 2, same time slot. But yeah, that's kind of the current report. And then slot 3, Deguchi Yuina. Only 1 ticket for her, but that's all I need for her. So I showed her my bag that I have here, which is like this big ass bag, like CYF, same brand as the big brand bag that she got on one of those Wine In shows, the Mew Presents show. And so I showed her, I'm like, hey, check this out. And it's like, whoa, that looks like mine. So that was pretty funny. And then she's like, wait, do you live in Japan? And I'm like, yes, I live in Japan. I'm from America. And then she's like, oh, America, I want to go to America. I want to eat hamburgers. So that was, of course. She's really loud, so whenever I write my report, I always write like in all caps with like exclamation points. That's just to kind of simulate the experience of talking to Yuina, which is she's really loud. So it's pretty funny. Like, Baku and Yuina Baku and Ryo were like in the back of the room and they could hear her like talk the whole time. So it's pretty funny. So I highly recommend Yuina if you ever come here, get to talk to her. It's pretty fun. High energetic. Poor man's Anju, I guess. Same experience of screaming constantly. Yeah, and then next, slot 4, we had Misaki, Yoshino Misaki. And so Jeff actually had tickets for her as well. And so we lined up together and kind of tag teamed it. So I went in there and I'm like, oh hey, good job with the B2 show the other day. He's like, oh, you were there, right? I'm like, yeah, I was. And then I'm like, yeah, it's my 3rd time going here. It's fun. She's like, okay. And then she randomly decided to bring up Taco Bell. She's like, yo, I was so surprised that the Taco Bell's closed. Do you know why? And then I'm like, yeah, I think it's because Taco Bell's not so popular here in Japan. So that's probably why. So you have to go to Umeda if you want to get Taco Bell. She's like, okay. And then I basically, and then they're like, oh, time's almost up. And then I'm like, oh yeah, the guy behind me, he's from America too. So he talked to him. And then Jeff went in and then he talked to her for a little bit. He said he got her online call once before, but she doesn't remember. And then he also went to her B2 show. Went to a B2 show when she was there, but probably didn't recognize him. But yeah, and then I go back through again, and I got to tell her oh hey, the Zenbu Ishukan Zenbu Gets the Yobi song. Do you ever just start randomly singing that at the beginning of the week, with it's Monday and you start singing Monday, dun, 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 dun. And she's like yeah. And then she also said how other people will comment on how good her pronunciation is for Monday and every day. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of same deal. If you say NMB48, you say it really clearly. Don't make fun of that. there's that. And then let's see. Then yeah, that's loop 2. And then after we noticed, like, oh crap, we have like less than 10 minutes until like the cutoff time for the session or whatever. So like I'm like, okay, you know, Jeff also had like 2 Chihi tickets as well, and so he basically the Misaki line was like taking way longer than like, you know, expected. So that was pretty funny. So he ended up, I ended up letting him like go ahead of me for like the 3rd loop, and so I think he just barely made it in time to Chihi. So it's pretty funny though. He almost had to lose his Chihi tickets because he went to Misaki, which has been the ultimate like kind of troll move. But yeah, anyway, yeah, the 3rd loop, it kind of like, I overheard like Jeff's conversation. He was talking, oh, you know, I'm from you know, this state, and then I followed up on that, oh, you know, I'm from this state, you know, and then kind of had a little conversation with her about that. So yeah, it was fun. I don't know if Jeff enjoyed it. I don't think so. He's probably not going to buy any more Misaki tickets going forward. But hey, you know, it's a fun experience. If you ever are going to go to a NMB handshake event or talk event or whatever, and you don't know any Japanese, get Misaki, because she speaks fluent English, like speaks like an American, so you can have no problems talking to her. The main issue, I guess, is just, you're talking to like a 14-year-old, so, or 15-year-old, whenever you get to talk to her, which can be kind of awkward. But yeah, that kind of will do it for this you know, report of my Hanashikai event here, day 1 over at ATC Hall. Thanks everyone for watching. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend. If you don't like the video, keep that to yourself. And yeah, I will see you all again next time. Peace.